Welcome back to Banner Saga 2. I actually restarted the game and I can place units again. So I'm going to use this in my strategy. So use battering ram. Oh, battering ram enemy into rain of arrows. Okay. Okay, I'm down with that. So actually, they can't directly reach. That's okay. So you just rest. It's very specific. So you rest too. Okay. He's next. So why don't you do a little rain of arrows? Oh, wait. As long as we... Yeah, he won't cause a problem. So we'll go like this. We'll do a rain of arrows right behind him. Oh, shit! It's the absolute thing I didn't want happening. He's next. And try again. Ugh. Suspected as much. Alright. Alright. Well, anyways. Really? Really? The AI is working against me. Alright, who's after? So she'll go, then he'll go. She has... Okay. Alright, I think this one's guaranteed. Because Archer goes, as long as she doesn't do some sort of weird blocking thing. Alright. Synergy. Somebody's gonna get an upgrade. Never seen a mender with as much power as Ivan, but after watching him a while, bet I can show you how to really benefit from that lightning of his. Definitely want to see how to use it properly. I vaguely get it on diagonals, but then with like Varl and other long creatures, it's kind of weird. Maybe the corner points have to match or something. Let's do that. Yeah, actually, if I slot in here... He'll go, then he'll go. So actually, I should just get him to stay there. And I'm just going to attack that, even though I could kill him. I think it'll go. But you need to get those 3 diagonal. That's kind of where the tough spot is. He'll go, and he'll go. Then he'll go. I want them to... they're roughly... Well, let's just take this guy for fun. Maybe. Does that work? It should. Nope, doesn't work. It do not work. Get out of here. No one loves you. Nope. I mean, I think this one's already a fail. I don't really have an idea of how I would recover this. Unless they all just decide, hey, everybody, let's just stand next to one another. Because then he'll go. And she'll go. Arcs to all diagonal units. So I guess if someone went there, that would work. If he survived, then he can... Okay, I think this will work. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. But you might be able to do it in two directions. Possibly, like if you had a star formation. Extra renown. Let that last lesson soak in a while. Okay. So he'll do more later. Okay, look back at the market. Yeah, quite honestly, having our heroes tougher is way better than supplies. Everyone can just fucking die if they want. So you get your promotion. So up that. Up that. Wonderful. Rook. Rook starts getting very baller very quickly. These higher levels. Let's do it. What can he get? He can get 20% resist a strength damage. Bonus crit chance. 20% resistance. 30% avoid a killing blow. Willpower regen. Just straight up dodge. Puncture, avoid an armor attack. Sweet. He's been pretty powerful. He still has stats that are worth upgrading. 17 needed. Yeah, I don't think any of them are getting any sort of upgrades. Maybe she can afford it, but she's an archer. Why would you want to do that? Second string, not too concerned about him right now. And I'll market it up. 2, 3. That. Sweet. So we can rest for a day. And a second day. Is someone really hurt that bad? Oh, it just didn't go away. Okay. That should be gone. So we're ready to leave. Now that Roex had a chance to heal, 2 of the Horseborn are heading south to deliver some supplies to their people. What's crazy ideas in your head, Scrivener? With the world falling apart around us, there may not be another chance to trek down south. Everyone's free to do what they want, but you'll be missed. Remember that when it comes to dealing with Ruga as well, if he wants to depart, by the gods, let him. You taking your hired muscle with you? I'd feel better if Gunnulf stayed with all of you. That blade of his is sure to attract the wrong kind of attention. Wrong attention? Might find you anyway. Then who'll protect you? I'm old, not an idiot. I've learned a few tricks to keep my head on my shoulders. The younger Varl shrugs and walks off to find food. Then be safe, Upin, and join us again if you can. You know where we're going. Don't worry about me. Just make sure you're alive to see this thing through to Aberrang. Farewell. Scrivener says a few more goodbyes before departing with the Horseborn. Some of our heroes are injured. Everyone healed. Ruga, you gonna betray me now or later? The governor catches up to you and asks for a moment of your time. His bodyguard is beside him, silent. There's something to be said for you getting us across that chasm and through that bog. Is that a compliment? You just haven't gotten as many people killed as I expected. You give the governor a half smile. You'll still fail, and I'll be there to push your face in the dung. I could just banish you now. Relax, Rook. Half your precious caravan would join me based on title alone. The other half for Dogger's charming personality. Ruga's guard simply continues to stare at you. Then I'd have to make them into the army they need to survive in Aberrang. He stifles a yawn. Tell you what, if you can get us through this absolute wasteland, I might actually be impressed. Oh, and try not to pick up any more strays along the way, okay? Ruga sneers in the direction of the Horseborn before walking away. I tend to agree. We have 1 day worth of food. Picking up more people is bad. Now morale's gonna go down and we're gonna just lose every fucking battle with no willpower to use. Scouts report subtle movements around you. We're being followed, studied. Can't tell how many. It's like they disappear if you look directly at them. Let me know. Grab some fighters and to join you in a patrol. You decide to take the offensive and gather some fighters. As the caravan continues forward, your small group makes several laps, checking rock outcroppings and clumps of trees. While you find nothing, you cannot shake the feeling the scout is right. Forage, nice. Desperately need that. Ahead, the caravan comes to an immediate halt. That's the second fine shoe this bloody beast has thrown in a day. The Yox tender curses. It will take some time to see to the Yox, so you call for a camp. While most of the clansmen sleep or lose themselves in drink, Juno requests a moment to speak with you alone. You are holding things together remarkably well. You sound surprised. When I first looked into your mind at Borsgard, I knew you would do anything to return to Alette. Her death, some of the greatest people in our history have gone mad at the loss of loved ones. You say nothing but continue to look at the Volca. You're not insane, Rook. You're experiencing tremendous grief and still managing to lead this caravan. That is something to be proud of. Gino patiently awaits your reply. What is your part in all this? The Volca grows silent, looking down for a long moment before answering. My role has many names. Instigator, catalyst, mistake. But you and I are both fledglings in what is required of us. We must do. what we must do. You didn't actually answer me, because I honestly don't know how. Only the future will tell if my role is villain or hero. Juno waits your reply. Not anyone could do it. Why is this caravan important? The other caravan's the important one. This journey is forging them into what the future will require. The era of peace is over. The one of survival has begun. Aberang may be the best shelter for the coming storm, but the people there are soft, too dependent on a society that will no longer exist. Because of the dredge? Partially, but mostly because of a coming darkness that is pushing the dredge. You've mentioned the darkness, but I don't see it. You've seen the signs of its coming. Dredge in numbers, the land breaking apart. It is a force unlike any other. I wish I could say more, but even the Mender Council is ignorant to this. Thank you, I'll get back. Before you go, there is one thing I must address with you. The serpent. I thought you needed some books in Manahar before knowing anything else about it. That is true, but the chasm at Ormsdalr and the tremors in the ground concern me. Yeah, me too. Should that incredible creature ever resurface, do not attempt to stop it. It would take power unseen in ages to affect the serpent. If you see it, run. Her words chill you as you find yourself nodding to her command. Yeah, unless we have a serpent gun, we don't really mess with the serpent. And it says we have injured. And I don't... Okay, Hakon is injured, but screw him. Oh, and here's this. Protects from death strength of greater than 1. Minus 3 armor, though. But 35% dodge. That's such a risky one. 2 will on kills, 1 strength. 3 armor. What's he rocking? Plus 1 armor on a turn. Survive 3 turns after getting hit. 2 on armor talents. Oh, he's not hot. He's not powerful enough yet. She could use it, but it doesn't do her much good. Knockback, will per kill. She just has the general crit chance. I mean, crit chance might be where she's best. Does knockback do her any good? Extra will on a kill? Sure, let's give that a go. And this, he's doing just straight up strength, 3 armor, plus 2 to armor talents. Yep, just straight up 3 strength, plus 2 armor on a rest. How about you take some strength, buddy? And the other will rest if we have spare supplies to rest. He's not too important. And just for good measure, do you have a new training session? Nope. A metal clanking is heard in the distance and grows louder. You see a yox cart surrounded by 4 varl and an older woman hitting a ladle against a pan. All sorts of things for sale, she says, but her eyes go wide when she looks at you. It's you. Special deals when it comes to you. Well, let's see what you have. I only have 2. Of course, but make up your mind. Madeir will be gone as quick as she arrived, and don't get any ideas of sneaking off with things. These 4 varl have the keenest eyes, the sharpest blades, and the shortest tempers. You feel the varl watching your every move. We'll mark it. I have nothing with which to buy. I think I'll do that. If I had a bunch, I could do all talents, armor, divert armor, Strength resist. All talents, will per turn, armor per turn, +1 break. Fuck. Betrayal. Crit chance, 2 strength, -2 armor. Let's trade off. Give that to your archer. 20% dodge. That's nice. And we got an extra day of supplies. That'll probably get us to Lundar. You notice the archer Nid because she is standing perfectly still, looking out into the distance. Let me guess. You see more grass? When she turns to you, she's not smiling. Dredge, she says quietly. How is that possible? You ask, knowing better than to doubt her sight. I thought we lost them at the chasm. You can make out a dust cloud on the horizon, which means they can make out the one produced by the caravan, and it's heading the same direction as you, toward Lundar. The Valka walks to your side and says, I was afraid of this. The cracks in the ground along the Eastway Road. It's like that damn crevice at Singlehorn all over, Håkon says. The dredge were just pouring out of it. Does that mean they could, Juna finishes your question, appear almost anywhere? Yes. But let's not panic the caravan. Just keep moving. Yeah, so we should just make it in town.
Lundar, the archers.
Lundar.
Home to the finest Fletchers in the world, though it appears beset with war.
Versus the Horseborn or the Brogmen? Who are they fighting? Horseborn. Why are they attacking? Looks like the dredge are hitting the town too. So we'll have to make a decision. So, Sweat, this is bad. Lundar's fighting on 2 fronts and barely holding it together. Håkon's been warring long before you were ever born. His worried look is unsettling. I always heard the Horseborn had trouble with walls since they usually fight in open fields. Ubin's the only one old enough to actually know, but it doesn't really matter because those walls will barely slow the dredge. And if those dredge flatten this town, we're defenseless out in these plains. But what are the Horseborn after? All eyes turn to Roact, Diridu, and Scathatch. 3 Horseborn in your caravan are pointing and talking excitedly in their own language. Diridu nods toward Roact, tossing her head and baring her teeth. You are surprised by the look of savage fury on their faces as the couple takes off without warning, charging the attacking Horseborn. While Scathatch remains behind, he clearly wants to join them, but he awaits your decision. They could die on their own. Oddleaf shouts, not hesitating to follow Roac and Diridu. Ivor sighs. She's lost her mind over those new members of the clan. Might lose her life for it, too. He looks at you. We could fight the Dredge, or Horseborn, or split up and fight both if you're feeling suicidal. If we're splitting up, my Varl are hitting the Dredge, Håkon says. We're good at that. Ingvar can do what he wants. He always has. We'll split up. We have enough people. The governor steps forward. We're dividing our forces. Are you really that foolish? I've made my decision, bitch. You follow Håkon through a breach in the town's walls, while the rest of the fighters and clansmen follow you into the fields. It looks like the force you've trained is roughly the size of the enemies. This could go either way. But if you're here, protect most of your clansmen. It's the same thing. Oddleaf is hemmed in near 2 Horseborn you assume are them, but the kicked-up dust cloud blurs the sight. We can drive a wedge straight for her, Ivor says. But those Horseborn are fast. If they flank us, we'll take heavy losses. We have to save Oddleaf and the others. Shield wall advance slowly and keep them from flanking us. Exactly how I would do it, Ruga says. No sense in risking everyone for a few who are foolish enough to blindly enter the fight. Let's begin our attack. Your army advances against the unknown tactics of the enemy Horseborn. So, Oddleaf, she's on the field. I think Scat Hatch needs to go and shove some more scat down his hatch while the big boys play war games. So in this, I don't think it's going to be very easy to get them on the diagonal. So that might be a waste using him. But I want to up the kills on all of these characters while I can. So it's settled then. And battle order, about what I want. Okay. They will have movement speed on us. We don't know exactly how much. So I'd almost get us in the back corner. Come along the side. I like this. I like this. So we'll start this battle in the next episode. So catch y'all then.